Hey dude.
Yes, friend?
The Leafs have 69 points.
Yeah, I know, I saw it. That's great.
No, dude, I said the Leafs have 69 points.
There are children watching, Steven.
Don't bring Mitch Marner into this. A lot of this is his doing.
Hi! Victory puppy! Plan the parade! I have no idea what I'm doing. God, to the riches of the league! This team is ruining my life!
Alright, listen, right off the bat, I owe you, alright? Shouldn't even be making this video right now. Everyone's asleep, including the dogs, the victory puppies. So this is a victory puppy I owe you. Here, look, this will tide you over. This is them at the dog park. It's magical. There, we good? We happy with that as a placeholder? Alright, good. Leafs win! 5-4 over the Ottawa Senators. Or should I say, final score, 5-4, Toronto over Ottawa. It was a good one, and we're going to talk about it, but just a couple things. One, you might have noticed there was no Austin Matthews extension video on this channel. There literally wasn't time. There was not enough hours in this week. If you want to know what I thought about the extension, I'll put a link somewhere, at very least at the end of the video, to the most recent podcast where we talked about the extension for like 45 minutes at least. To give you the Coles notes, yeah, I think it's super expensive, and yeah, I think it's not optimal, but also he's a really good hockey player, and I enjoy having him on my hockey team. How do they re-sign him? Dude, they just re-signed him. Yeah, but it's 5 years and not 8. Dude, you know how long 5 years is? Okay, Matthews is gonna be a Leaf for at least the next 5.5 years. 5.5 years ago was summer 2013. Brian Burke was critical of this signing on Sportsnet. 5.5 years ago, he was the recently fired ex-GM of the Leafs. The Leafs had just lost a first-round series to the Boston Bruins. Not much has changed in that regard. Dave Nonis was the GM, and they were on the verge of signing David Clarkson. They were about to buy out Mikhail Grabovski. They hadn't even done it yet. They were about to. So on top of my opinion, I'll offer you a question. Why can't we just enjoy things? I, for a change, am gonna allow myself to enjoy this. And this game is proof as to why we should. So anyway, video at the end of this, or I don't even know, can you do cards anymore? Sens fans, if I were you. I really don't know what to tell you, because even the Leafs have not been in this position. The first round pick situation? Yeah, I've been there. This is gonna be the first overall pick. This is gonna be the first overall pick. This is gonna be, oh, phew, second. Oh good, it's Tyler Seguin, and he scores a hat trick every time. That's great. But during the 09-10 season where the Leafs were bad and didn't have their first round pick, they didn't have the contracts of Mark Stone and Matt Duchene hanging over their head. Honestly, Sens fans, if I were you, get more invested in Belleville. Get more invested in the minor league team. That's what a lot of Leaf fans did. No, they're not all gonna pan out, but it's fun to dream, and some of them might. And then you can lock onto your slam dunks. Thomas Chabot, listen, you're right to say Thomas Chabot does not get enough coverage in this country. You're just right. And frankly, you should have an us against the world mentality. You're the Ottawa Senators. Even worse, you're the 2018-19 Ottawa Senators. But you know what? I've watched some bad hockey teams, man. Sens fans, have you watched the Ducks? Like, there are bad teams in this league who don't even look like they care. You watch the Sens, you know you're gonna see a team play night in and night out. So, as hard as it is, take the season for what it is and try to enjoy it. That's what I would do. That's what I have done in your position. Now for that goofy carnival of a game. Heading into the game, no distractions? None? Good? Matthews had like just signed his contract extension, and Mitch Marner's agent, Darren Ferris, just goes blabbing on. My client deserves this and that and that, and he's got war paint on. But oh, we don't really want our client negotiating during the season because we don't want him to be distracted. First question Marner is asked at morning skate. What about those comments there, Mitch? Huh, Mitch? What you got, Mitch? How's your agent, Mitch? Everyone owes to the Marner jar after this little saga. When did this get broken? Oh yeah, I threw it a couple of videos ago. I'll get to the Marner jar a little later. But after the calamity, all the outrage of Marner's agent's comments, I'm like, can we not take this out on Marner? I was just imagining the Leafs losing this game and Marner being held off the score sheet. Remember, he didn't have a shot last game. Oh, can we please not turn on Mitch? Early in the first with the Leafs excellent out of the gate, he doesn't disappoint, does he? Tavares starts the rush for the 2-on-1. Marner over to Hyman. Take that stick there on the ice there, kids. It goes bar down as far as tips go. That was a nice one. Hyman with the point. He knows he's got to donate to the Marner jar. 1-0 Leafs. And I forgot to actually mention what I was talking about earlier. Bob Cole with the call. Listen, allow me to be a grandpa for a second. Bob Cole is great, and if you don't like him, you're wrong. A lot of you are too young to even remember his work in like the early 2000s when the Leafs were in the playoffs. So a big reason why a lot of people love him is nostalgia. And if you don't have any of that, well, okay, I guess I understand. But I just love his voice. It sounds like Saturday. On a was today Wednesday? Wednesday. Every day is Saturday. Well, one thing I love about him, he just keeps it so simple. For this goal, center scores! Followed by a few seconds of silence. Let the tumult rain down. And then once there's been enough time, say something, and he chose to say, that's a fast goal. Yes, Bob, yes it was. I mean, yeah, it was a fast goal. Like, what's wrong with that? Not every guy has to prove how smart they are. There was just a goal. They're gonna show replays. It's the color commentators, the analyst's job to break down the play. Get down to the science of it. For Bob, or whoever's behind the play-by-play mic, I just want to hear you paint a picture. And he is Bob Cole, Bob Ross. But after the Leafs like quintuple the sends and shots, they come to play in the second half of the first. With less than 3 minutes to go in the first, God, I hate this pairing. Nikita Zaitsev is by the Leafs bench. I don't know if he's having a conversation with someone or what. Gardner's on the ice too, and he's like prepared. He's fully waiting for the play to develop, just way too high up. Payarvi gets a wicked pass from Jean-Gabriel Pageau, his first assist of the season, and a good one, and Payarvi just snipes it. All alone, bored, lonely. Listen, I like that Babcock's getting creative with the defense pairings a little bit. You know, special situation pairings and switching up the side sometimes. One thing he should just take out of his arsenal, the Gardner-Zaitsev pairing. Dude, I hate it so much, I don't know what they're doing half the time, and I don't think they do either. Now you might say, well, Steve, Jake Muzzin got his bell rung, which terrified me, by the way, and he went to the dressing room. That's what, you know, necessitated this. I actually don't care. Like, in no situation put these two on the ice. In their own zone, it's a nightmare. Maybe it's just my bias against this pairing, but it just feels like teams target them. In the same way that the Leafs seem to be targeting Ben Harper in this game. I don't know. Listen, I think Gardner's been playing great recently. I actually think Zaitsev's been playing great recently. Together, stop. 1-1 after one, let's head to the second. Early in the second period, and oh, you guys again? Okay, you ever heard the term making your own luck? That's great. Have you ever heard the term making your own bad luck? Zaitsev's in front, Gardner's behind the net, and they basically bump into each other because neither knows where the other is. Then, as luck would have it, Bobby Ryan fires it on, Freddie tips it up, and it nails Zaitsev right in the face. Because of course it does, and then it lands on Ryan Dzingle's stick, because of course it does. He gives it to Matt Duchene, who scores, because of course he does. That goal was a complete freak accident, and the result of a mistake at the same time. 2-1 Sens. But it's okay, the Leafs are gonna get back into the Jake! Must not you, Gardner, the one without the beard. Yeah, I'm Steve, I've been making these videos for a while. You'll know if it's you. Jake with the double minor for high sticking. So glad the Leafs killed that off. I was hoping to go at least a month without another booing at home. And then for the rest of the period, it seemed like the Leafs were just waiting for something to happen. With 14:20 to go, it happened. Less than 6 minutes to go in the period. Per Lindholm tries to put it on, it gets deflected, goes over the net. Cody Ceci just lazily tries to clear it. Freddie Gautier's there. Because he has a long stick and he's a giant who lives in the mountains and eats goats. How do you think he got the nickname? And Andreas Johnsson, just with the kind of lazy backhander spins, fires, scores! Even he looks surprised that he scored. Who cares, he did. It's 2-2. Now I've seen some people upset that Johnsson's on the fourth line. Well, if he's upset with being on the fourth line, maybe he should stop scoring goals. This, to me, is perfectly fine. Because Tavares has been heating up. Hyman's had a good few games. Marner is always good. Matthews is finally starting to heat up. I've really liked Marlowe's game recently, and Kapanen is always a water bug. The Leafs' recent success, I think, is directly linked to A, those guys being good, but also the depth of the lineup. The Brown, Kadri, Nylander line, even when they're not producing, they fly. They're dangerous. They make teams think every game. Then you throw out the fourth line of Lindholm, who's a fourth line center who never actually plays center, Freddie the Goat, who's been playing surprisingly great all season, and Andreas Johnsson. Odds are the Leafs' fourth line is better than whoever they play. That was supposed to be part of their strength. They get goals from their third and fourth line because everyone is so concerned with the first and second, because they should be, because they're amazing. It worked. Now some people have been calling for the Johnsson jar or the mango jar. I might as well talk about the Marner jar again. So if you know, you know. If you don't know, the Marner jar is a silly little thing that I came up with, I don't know, like a month ago now? 2 months ago? Because Marner would have an amazing game. He'd have like a goal, 2 assists, 3 points, 4 points, something like that. And then people, instead of being happy, would be like, oh, this contract's gonna be so much money. Don't complain that you have a player who's worth a lot of money. So I was saying every time someone complains like that, they should have to donate to the Marner jar. Now, it wasn't until a man named Ross Chambers had the brilliant idea, hey, why don't we make the Marner jar an actual thing? He made themarnerjar.com, and he made it so that all the proceeds that you donate go to Sick Kids Hospital. I know, it's amazing, and it's raised over $6,000 for Sick Kids. It's so good. People have been going, okay, we'll make like a Nylander jar, or a Janssen jar, or hey, how about an offer sheet jar? I would love an offer sheet jar. But listen, like the Marner jar is just a thing. It's a concept. So if you feel the need to donate because you've complained about any of those things, right there. The Marner jar. It's just all encompassing. Or if you just want to donate to sick kids, you know? What's that? It was a 9-goal game and that was only goal 4? Alright, let's go. Just a couple minutes later, oh, I could get used to over a half-decade more of this. Matthews stops the Sens breakout. Here, let me reenact what I said. Yeah, I got pajamas on, whatever. Ben Harper's trying to keep up and he's like this. Borowiecki's just trying to defend him like this. And the whole time Matthews is just loading it up. He's got it back. He's got it tight to him. You know he's about to fire it, but he can't get the puck. He gets lost in some feet. He picks it up. Still loaded. Snipe! Austin Matthews is a Leaf. Austin Matthews will be a Leaf. And Leafs Nation, that is everyone else's problem, not ours. The contract, you know what? If he has more plays like this, you get what you pay for. Hey, do we have any other really expensive guys we can get to score goals? Sens have a chance it comes the other way. Kapanen, hole. To Marner, hole, you're in trouble. Sends a pass to John Tavares. Oh my god. Listen, alright, listen. Not everyone can finish like John Tavares. You put someone else in that spot and they just get fed a steady diet of Mitch Marner passes. They don't score as many goals. However, John Tavares, with his 32nd of the season, continues to score the easiest goals of his career. By the way, he needs 6 more goals to tie his career high of 38. And a big reason for his success this season has been his very undistracted line mate. And we head to second intermission with the Leafs up 4-2. It's gonna be easy. Let's just coast. Ah, no. The Sens are out shooting, out chancing, out scoring the Leafs early in the third. Very early on, Chabot starts the rush, but Riley's with him. Chabot gets rid of it. Stone gets it, throws it in front, bats it, it's stopped. It goes off Tavares' feet. There's a little bit of bad luck involved, but Chabot just kind of keeps flying and Riley loses him. I'm not sure Riley would have caught him here. It would have involved someone else leaving their man. I think you just got to give Chabot a lot of credit on this goal. He starts the play, uses his speed to get away from his man, and he finds a loose puck, snipes it on Freddie Anderson, one of the hottest goalies in the league. Thomas Chabot, man. Hot Sam Bacho. Sends are within 1, but it's fine. I know it's only 40 seconds in, but it's fine. Oh, just 3 minutes later. Riley was getting ripped on for this goal because he lost his man. I don't know, because while the Sens are buzzing, Riley picks a dance partner and he ties up Zach Smith in front. Payarvi's right there. So is Austin Matthews. To me, it looks like Matthews is the one who loses Payarvi. Pajot, who had a great game, finds him again, scores again. He gets his 6th and 7th of the season. Did it have to be 6 and 7? I think Payarvi likes Pajot, and all of a sudden it's tied. And a stupid part of me is like, ah, it's a Bob Cole game. Let's have some fun. Just under 11 minutes left in the third. Riley gets his revenge. Because he looks at Chabot's goal and he goes, alright, he's a skilled defender, knows how to put up a lot of points, use his speed to generate offense. Why don't I try that? He's got Zach Hyman with him, but Hyman's being shadowed, and Riley just charges into a 1-on-2 situation, so a 2-on-3 total. I can do math. And then this happens. 3 guys go for Riley all at once, so he goes, how about I pass to the open one? Hyman speeds to the net with the puck. Chabot's already slowed down, and now he has to pivot as well, while Riley is just barreling straight forward. Hyman extends to keep the puck safe. Riley was in position to just swat at the thing on his backhand, but he battles for position and puts it on his forehand. I love him. He beats Thomas Chabot and Craig Anderson, leaves back up 5-4. His 53rd of the season, new career high. Like, it's funny, people are talking about how humble he is after the game, didn't really want to talk about it. Dude, we knew he was going to beat it. That's a great thing about this team. I don't think they give a damn about stuff like that. They want to win. They don't care about anything else. They want to win. Now, all they have to do with about 11 minutes left is win. Freddie's battling. He's flopping around like a fish. It wasn't the prettiest game. Even battling, offering a couple whacks. Ed Belfour like, that's my boy. What? And in true Bob Cole fashion, it was a good flurry at the end. Ottawa with the puck. They shoot. It's blocked. Shot again through traffic. Big save! Hyman ties the puck up along the boards, and it's done. Leafs win 5-4, never in doubt. And I'm happy. Listen, it was a bit of an ugly win. I wish they hadn't given up the 2 at the beginning of the third for sure. But that takeover ability in the second period, that's finally back. The game-winning goal, hell yes, that is exactly the sort of goal they were getting earlier in the season. Against some weaker opponents recently, I know, but it just feels like the Leafs are hitting their stride. Now, you're gonna get mad at me, but another IOU. Can't do a question segment in this one, I'm fading. I can give you a quick glimpse for why. I was actually on a commercial shoot today. I've been working on something with Mark Savard. It involves me driving and skating. Look for a new Hat Picks and Dang It's video on the Sportsnet channel. That should be coming soon. Once again, at the end, look for the Matthews podcast that I did. We talk all about the contract extension. And there should be a brand new Pinnacle Pizza Steve Dangle podcast coming on Friday night. Pre-order my book, link down below. Thank you so much. Last video I said if you want the book stocked in a bookstore near you, call up the bookstore and ask them to order it. A bunch of you did. Thank you. And if you haven't done that yet, why not give it a try? Thanks for understanding, and hey, thanks for watching. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Marner jar! For real, every time they bug you with Marner talk, yell Marner jar at them. Throw a Marner jar. No, don't do that one. Donate to a kid's hospital. That's much better.